I posted yesterday that there's a place I love to be. Brings me a lot of joy to wake up in the morning to show up at this particular place and this right here on this show. Because I have the best team. In fact, this is the only office in the world that before you speak, someone is telling your ears, hey beautiful, how you doing? You know, I love my job, okay? You know, sometimes I can decide to forfeit my salary because of that. But it's okay. You're welcome back from that break. This is still the AM Club coming to you live from the Mix24 studios. Oleander Street, Eastleigh, Gonna Kragana. My name is Miriam Uduak Mensa. But also we're live on ABC News. We're reaching more homes, more communities. Of course, the conversation is getting bigger and better right here on the platform. So ABC News, if you're watching us on ABC News, thank you for joining the family. I always say that this is not just a morning show. It is a movement. Now, today is International Youth Day. So happy International Youth Day to every young person on the continent. We're saying that we're helping make sure that every young person, I'm not saying most young people, I'm saying every young person lives a dignified life. And that is what we're celebrating today in communities where we've seen young people struggle, do all sorts of things. Sometimes not illegal, but also just undignifying, just so they can make ends meet. We're saying today, we're all in this fight together and we're learning and making sure we're doing better with ourselves and also helping build systems that will make sure that we live a very dignified life, okay? So we're going to be learning more about that, maybe on this platform. Not maybe on this platform, every day of our lives here on this platform, we're helping push this agenda. So thank you for being a part of the show this morning. Again, happy International Youth Day to all my youthdom in the world, especially on the continent. Now, this is Fashion Wednesday on the AM Club. We're about to get into our conversation on fashion today. And it is, how to style corporate wear, looking professional without losing your personal style. I know some of you like the minimalist look. You know, you don't want to do too much, but also you're required to look very corporate because you're in the corporate setting. Today we have joining us Romeo Owusu-Ansah. He is founder of Rural Bespoke. He's going to be our resource person for today. He is a stylist. He's going to teach us how to do this. I see he only brought stuff for men. I'm wondering where the women are at because we've been doing all the professional stuff. Good morning, Romeo.
Good morning, Miriam.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm blessed, beautiful, and very successful. The question is that why do we only have for men here? Me, I took the pain to dress to fit the occasion, and you didn't bring anything for women.
Well, you actually did that me for the women. As gorgeous as you are, you are perfectly fitted. So
yes.
You are.
I'm the mannequin.
For the women. Yes, you are.
I'm the mannequin.
Yes, you're
I like that. You got me right there. You got me right there. But before we get, let's start this way. Let's get into the conversation this way. For every individual who's in the professional space, what are some of the pieces that it is a must-have in your wardrobe as a professional?
So, first of all, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be here. And then,
always.
And I'm grateful to Joseph as well for the link up.
Awesome.
So, I think as a man, let me start with the men.
Yes.
As a man,
I know that's where you want to start from. By the way, happy International Youth Day to you.
Oh, thank you. Same to you.
Thank you.
So as a man, basically, you need a powder blue shirt, a white shirt. Just these two shirts are enough for a man in the corporate setting.
Okay, so is that the what?
So there's a powder blue shirt.
What?
A powder blue shirt.
A powder.
Or a light blue shirt.
A light blue. Okay, a powder blue
or sky
shirt.
blue shirt.
Yeah.
Any of them.
Yeah.
So this and a white shirt, and it can fit in every corporate setting in this world.
Okay.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Awesome. So for the women.
For the women.
Yes.
I believe when it comes to women, you can
I can
easily
help
wear brighter colors and all that.
Yeah.
Because there are some colors that women wear that on a normal day a man cannot wear.
Yes.
You can see a lady wearing a beautiful red blazer with a white pants or trousers.
Yes.
A man can actually not wear that to the office.
Okay, it's too much.
Yes, it's too much. But for women, you have that opportunity, you have that advantage to actually wear more brighter colors and look absolutely splendid there. So for women,
we should explore.
You have that advantage. You can easily explore the colors.
Now, how can someone look professional without their outfit feeling too formal, boring, or predictable?
Okay, so actually looking professional, it all boils down to appropriateness. So what a friend of mine who is a painter will wear to a corporate setting wouldn't be the same from my friend Geoffrey, who's a banker.
Okay.
So you need to understand the environment that you are in, and then you dress according to that.
Yeah.
So it's I should say it's tailored to every individual in your environment.
Okay. Yeah. So because if you're a banker, a politician, if you're in a formal setting, there are certain colors and looks that you're not required to. Okay. Now, how do you incorporate your personal style with whether it's bold, trendy, minimalist, or colorful? So for some men, they like to go the vavavu. I know a man who loves colors. He loves colors. It's not even funny. I'm always calling him a gay man. I'm sorry. And it's not an insult. I'm saying that, like, because they are the ones who get excited about colors. And so I tease him with that, right? And it's not to disrespect me. You don't have to stress me. But really and truly, he loves colors. He likes the yellow. He likes red. So sometimes when we're going to certain places, he would wear all these exciting colors. But for someone who is like an extremist like that, how do you incorporate this personal style of yours into the work setting so that you don't lose yourself completely?
Yeah. So I think no offense to that, because I actually love colors as well.
Yeah.
You can ask my brother Roland. He says I'm always wearing pink, so I love those colors.
Okay.
So, but then you see those colors, we have shades of them.
Okay.
I can wear a pink shirt to the office, but then your mind wouldn't be on it. It wouldn't pop out too much for you to see that I'm actually wearing pink.
Yeah.
So for such person in the corporate setting, you need to actually tone the color down. We have baby pink. You don't go for the too loud pink, the too loud red, the too loud yellow. We have yellows that are very, very down. The tone is very down.
Yeah.
So for the corporate setting, you can absolutely do that. But then let's say for parties and stuff, you can actually go the extreme.
What is the crime in looking extra in the office? What is it, especially for men? Because you just told us that women, please go all out. Whatever you want to do, just go wild with the colors. But for men, where is the offense? Where's the crime? I don't understand.
Well, actually, there's no crime. But then as a man yourself, imagine I'm going to the office, I'm wearing a very loud red shirt, a black tie. Come on, that's
just too much for the week.
nice. It's too much. It's too much. Unless it's for a specific occasion that they are being asked to wear a red shirt. But then as a man, try as much as possible to tone down. You can wear the colors, but then just make sure it's in
a darker shade,
it's
like
in a darker shade.
Yeah.
It should be low. So your outfit shouldn't actually be too loud. It has to be loud, but then it doesn't have to be too loud.
Too loud.
It has to be loud in this is where you can focus on your details, your detailing. You can be wearing a ring. I actually forgot mine.
Yeah.
You can be wearing a ring, your lapel. If it's a suit, you have a pocket square in here.
Yes.
So your tie. So let those things do the talking.
Okay.
Don't just let it focus. Don't let just the focus be on your jacket, your shirts, your shoes. You have to do the talking.
Yes.
Yes. So as
leave
men,
the colors out and accessorize.
Do the colors, but then tone it down. But then let the accessories do a lot of the talking for you as a man.
We're just about getting into the accessories. So let's get back into the accessories. So for someone who is a minimalist, like myself, I'm a minimalist. I like the dull colors. I like them simple. I like them, my brother will tell you classy. I like it very simple, minimal. But then I also found a magic in the accessories.
Okay.
So my brooches are a little bigger than usual. I love my rings, my bracelets and my watch, like every single time, like they're on. I would do that. Okay. So I wear a darker color, brown, a nude color, and accessorize. For men, what does the accessories do? Because you people don't do too much. You don't do the necklaces. You don't do many of these things. So how do you accessorize, and how does it complement the outfit that you're wearing to work and still look great?
Okay, so first of all, as a man, your tie shouldn't be matching your pocket square.
No?
Normally, when you buy a shirt, they give you, when you buy a tie, it comes with the matching pocket square.
Yes.
But they find ways to let it complement each other. So as you can see here, this is way different from this. Oh. But then you can see when you look into the detailing of the suits.
Yes.
When you zoom in here, you see this actually complements it.
Okay.
So it's a combination of things. You don't just let it pop out, just the tie, the pocket square the same. No, that's very, very wrong as a man to do that. So you need to find a way to.
So other men that be wearing that,
I think
They don't know. They know what you told them.
yes. From today they will start doing
From
better.
today they'll do
They'll
better.
start doing better.
From today you do it.
They
So
start
your
doing
pocket
better.
square must not
No,
match.
it should
So
match
why do
your
they
tie.
style it like that in the
So they are just
the
giving
boutique?
it to you. It's an accessory. You can use it later for a different tie. So it gives you variety. It lets
Yes.
you have a lot of pocket squares.
Yes.
But then ideally when you're stepping out, you shouldn't let it match. You should find a way to find one that complements it.
Complements
So I think styling as men, it's not all about combination. Just there are colors that complement each other.
Okay.
Like if this was a burgundy tie, I could easily put like a navy blue pocket square in here. If it's a navy blue, I can. So you balance it in there. You don't just make it too loud out there, so that when you pop out, you see, oh, look at his pocket square and his tie. They are of the same thing. So
In styling, would you consider the individual's body type in styling? Let's stay with the men a little bit. So I've seen men who wear their three-piece suit, and I personally would not like it on them, but maybe it would have been great for someone else. Would you consider styling people? Would you consider people's bodies when you're styling them?
yes, as a man, you see, styling is actually it's unique. The human body, it's not of the same standard.
Okay.
Everybody's body is unique.
Yeah.
We are all so I have a friend called Jojo. Jojo is very tall, but I can still dress with Jojo. I'm not that tall, but then when I step out with Jojo, we both be dressed neatly.
Okay.
So the body type, the stature, all are factored in there. They are considered in there. So it's not like, oh, I saw this, I think it'll fit you. No, I need to look at you, analyze, okay, I think this one, maybe the waistcoat, it has to be short, it doesn't have to be long.
Okay.
So all those details actually matters. So individuality actually counts in styling.
In styling,
Yes.
in styling, it has to fit the individual you're styling. Okay. Now we're still talking Fashion Wednesday, and today we are discussing how to style as a corporate individual, how to style yourself properly for the office space. And today we're focusing on corporate look, because now, and yet the other day when I was having my masterclass, I had a conversation with the people, and I told them that sometimes you see an executive assistant dressed like Sebio or Ejuma or Jokers, and you're wondering what's going on here. It's important the way you look and present yourself, and that's why we're having these conversations. So young people, get in here. Today is your day, so let's talk about you, okay? Now, for someone working with a limited budget, how can they build a versatile corporate wardrobe without buying too many clothes?
Okay, so there are some colors that it's easy for you to actually blend them with others.
Okay.
So let's say, even for women and men,
Yeah.
you have a navy blue,
Okay.
a navy blue
Yes.
suit.
Yes.
So let's say for women, a navy blue blazer.
Okay.
You can wear that blazer with an off-white trouser.
Yes.
A white trouser.
Yes.
You can actually pair with a black trouser.
Yes.
And a navy blue trouser itself. So now I've mentioned 4 things.
4 things.
So in a week you
You
have
can
just one
wardrobe
blazer,
edit.
but then you've actually styled it in 4 different ways.
Absolutely.
So I think styling comes with being creative. You yourself in there, you need to be creative with the little that you have. Actually,
Yeah.
you don't really need 30 pieces of suits.
No, you don't.
Though I'm closer to that, but then you don't need 30 pieces of suit to actually be out there looking that nice.
Yeah.
But then you need to be creative. You need to and we are very lucky. We're in a social media world. Just log on to Pinterest. They have whole ideas. There are people out there teaching fashion now. Mr. Odum of the Cultured Man, he teaches fashion. All these people are there. They have videos out there teaching us how to blend things, how to do the right things. So we have no excuse not to dress well and actually to be limited with the clothes that we have.
Okay. Alrighty. Now, you have, I learned wardrobe editing a very long time ago, but at some point, youthful exuberance set in, and I was buying clothes back. Almost every week, I was buying something. So my boss and I had a conversation this year, and I told him that I'm not going to buy any outfit this year. This year, I'm wearing everything in my wardrobe, literally wearing everything in my wardrobe, and I've been doing that since January.
Okay.
Everything I wear, I haven't bought one new outfit, not one, not one. And I realized, but wait, so it's not even that I am wearing, like, so for example, if this is a 2-piece, I'm not wearing them, like I'm able to edit the way I was taught a very long time ago. So wardrobe editing is a thing where you pair other clothes with others that there might not necessarily be the pair of it, but you're able to make that happen. If you're struggling with styling, he's given us options, Mr. Odum, and also what's Pinterest.
Yes,
Just
Pinterest,
go on
and
there.
then we have the God Stylist on TikTok as well. Myself, the God Stylist.
The God
Stylist.
The
Yes.
God Stylist on TikTok. Go and
Yes.
check the God Stylist on TikTok. Let him teach you how to dress and style yourself for the office. Now, you're going to demonstrate to us how to transform the basic piece, such as a blazer, shirt, or a pair of trousers, into a different professional look. So we were doing let's do 2 different professional looks with what you have over here, or 3, even if you can.
All right,
Okay.
that's fine. So I just brought there's a 3-piece suit from Rural
Yes.
Bespoke.
Okay.
Yes. So for this, let's say this for my friend Geoffrey in the banking sector. So he can easily wear this 3-piece suit to the office. There's the trouser.
With the trouser,
the
yes.
full 3-piece. So this is for like a Monday.
Yeah.
So on a Tuesday, he can just take the waistcoat off,
Okay.
and then he has a 2-piece now.
Let's take it. Let me help you. There's a point where I get to be helpful. So I can take this. He can take this off.
He can take
The waistcoat off.
He can take the waistcoat off.
Get future husband. See, I'm learning for you.
And then
he can wear.
we put this on.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty.
And now there's a 2-piece
And that's
suit.
it. That's okay. Okay.
This is a 2-piece
Okay.
suit.
Let's say so this is for Tuesday.
For Tuesday.
Wednesday.
For Wednesday,
For Wednesday. Yes.
we bring back the waistcoat.
So we take this off.
Yes, we take this off.
Okay. That's enough for.
So just the waistcoats
Yes.
and the pants.
And the pants. And this is a whole different look.
This is for Wednesday. So Thursday, he's trying to tone it down a bit.
Tone it
He's
down.
tired of the week already.
Yes.
So Thursday, he just wear the
The
shirt
shirt
and the trouser.
and the trousers.
And I'll just recommend when you are getting a suit, you get an extra pair of trouser.
Okay.
The suit trouser is not to be worn frequently.
Okay.
You would actually deteriorate because it has to be of the same shade as this. So if you wear this more than this, you end up seeing that the trouser looks
It's
very
looking-
old, but then the jacket actually.
Because
looks
this
new.
one you can't wear it every
Yes,
day.
you can wear it every
I
day.
get it.
You can
Get
wear
it.
it every day.
So for
now,
Friday?
For Friday is Freestyle Friday.
Yes.
Maybe the company has a T-shirt, a Lacoste.
Yeah.
You just tuck it in this trouser, a rocker trouser, and you're done.
And you're good to go.
You're good to go.
We've styled you from Monday to Friday,
Friday.
with 1, 2,
just
3,
want-
4
that's all.
pieces, 5 pieces, but like just one outfit.
Just one
5
outfit.
days.
5 days.
Wow. Man, you people are lucky. That is one thing I must tell you.
And on Saturday, let's extend to Saturday. On
Yeah.
Saturday, you just linking up with the boys or your babe for one side. You can just wear you can
Shirt.
just wear a T-shirt or let's say a shirt
Yeah.
with a vest and then a chinos or a trouser, a jeans trouser
Yes.
or a khaki, just giving a flair. Just
Still
fashion
within,
is not that rigid.
yeah,
You need to
still within the same one
there
outfit.
There are rules, but then you need to work around
Be
the
flexible
rules
with
and
the-
be flexible
yeah.
and be creative as well.
I see.
Yes.
Now, so there's also the bit where they ask that the jacket, the ones with the button,
Yes.
you're not supposed to close them. There are rules regarding
So,
this. Teach me.
So
let's button this back.
this is a single-breasted suit.
Yes.
This is a one-button single-breasted suit.
Okay.
Sometimes there are 2 buttons.
Okay.
So
And that's a
when-
double-breasted.
no, so the
It's not
same single-breasted.
Single-breasted. Okay.
Wait, so what I'm wearing is a double-breasted suit.
Yes.
So let me finish the single-breasted.
Okay. Okay.
So with this, sometimes we have 1 button, 2 buttons.
Okay. This one you're
So-
supposed to button all of it.
No, you leave the last one. So
Okay.
so like the single-breasted, this one has just 1 button.
Okay.
So when you are standing, it has to be closed.
Okay.
It has to be buttoned. But the moment you decide to sit down, you need to unbutton it.
Unbutton it. You can't wear it like what I did. So if I'm going to sit down, I have
No,
to do.
so
Mine
yours
is okay.
more like a double-breasted. So the exception to the rules, double-breasted suit. You realize all this while I've been sitting
you
down,
have been
but
sitting- yeah.
I haven't unbuttoned.
Yes.
So there's an exception for the double-breasted suit.
Yes.
For that, you don't need to unbutton.
Unbutton,
Because
okay.
you see the suit, it overlaps to the other side.
Yes.
And then the silhouette is built in such a way that when you sit down, it still look nice.
Okay.
But then if I was wearing a single-breasted, when I sit down and
down.
I don't unbutton, it will be crumpling. Like you realize the suit is not really looking that great in there.
Okay.
Yes. So when there are 2 buttons,
Mm.
you button the upper one, you never button the last one.
Okay.
You never button the last one.
Okay.
Yes. You button the upper one, you leave the last one.
Okay.
And then when it's just a single button, when
Right.
you're standing, you button it, but when you're sitting down, you unbutton.
You unbutton.
But then for a double-breasted suit, you are free. You can button.
But I also noticed that the last one here is also not buttoned.
Yes, so this is a 6x2 double-breasted suit.
Okay.
So when we say 6x2, there are 6 buttons, but 2 are functional. So the last button, like I said, the last button always has to be unbuttoned. For the upper one, it has to be buttoned. Then I can sit down.
Okay. Fashion Class 101. First session done. Alrighty. So we have also learned on the show this morning, apart from what we just did, that you need to, for whatever it's worth, in fact, you cannot be a corporate individual, man or woman, who doesn't own a white shirt or a powder blue shirt. You need to own that. It's a rule that you shouldn't flout. For girls, I'm going to add this one. Have a pink shirt too. Sure. Have a pink shirt. That pink shirt has some magic. I have one. Yeah, I used to do magic every now and then. So yes, and then this one. What do we have over here? Is there a two-piece?
So I think normally we are tuned towards just the suit.
Yes.
But then as Ghanaians or in our setting,
yes,
this is a wooden shirt.
Yeah.
Being blended with a cashmere fabric.
Okay.
Yeah, this was made by my sister Rhoda Hinewa.
Okay.
Yes, so this can easily be worn to the office 5 days. Imagine you have this in 5 pieces. Okay. Every day you just wear it with your trouser, your pants, your shoes, and you're good to go.
Wow.
And you're out there.
Yeah, and you're easy.
You don't, like I said, it has to be with the environment that you are in.
Yes.
Because you can't usually be wearing suit every day. You can't be wearing tie every day. My friend Bash works with the NPA, and then he goes on monitoring. He can't be wearing suits going on monitoring long distances. Yeah. So he wears a polo shirt with his trouser, his jeans, and his sneakers. He's looking elegant, very nice, ready for work. Yeah. So you actually have to determine the environment that you're finding yourself in, and then you decide on what will actually best suits you for that day.
Awesome, awesome. We're still learning and growing together here on the platform. Any final words before we wrap up this conversation?
Like I said, I think...
no, we haven't talked about shoes.
Absolutely. So as a man, basically, you should have... once again, as a man.
Yeah, as a man.
Sorry.
As a woman, I'll show you what to do. Own many shoes.
As a man, you need to own many shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to own... But then, basically, these two shouldn't be missing. You should have a brown or a coffee brown, and then a black shoe. Just like an NSS boy starting life. You don't have enough money. So just these two can take you anywhere. Yes. It will present you wherever you find yourself.
How about belts?
Belts? Unfortunately, I don't do belts. Personally, I don't wear belts. So my trousers are Roka trousers. Okay. They are made by Roro Bespoke. We don't wear belts. But then, if you have to wear belts, make sure it's matching your shoes. Yes. Yes. So don't be wearing a brown shoe with a black belt.
Don't do that.
There are some rules in fashion. You don't have to break them. They are there.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do that.
Brown shoe goes with brown belt.
Black shoe goes with black belt. Yes.
And
then when you're accessorizing the watch, normally it has to match the leather. So if you have a belt and a shoe, black, black, black. You don't do black, brown, black. No. It doesn't match.
Okay. Good. So these are the rules you don't break in fashion, especially for a corporate person trying to start. Let's go back to this part. This one fascinates me, the socks.
Yes.
What is the science behind the socks?
So I think there are some schools of thought regarding the socks. Yeah. Some people believe your socks should stay in line with your pants. Okay. So let's say there's like gray with a burgundy stripe in there. You realize my sock is a bit burgundy. So the socks, like I said, fashion is not rigid. You can explore it, but just make sure
you're within the rules.
Like, I can't be wearing this and wearing a yellow socks. No. That's way below. So you just have to be within the rules, but then don't limit yourself. Explore. Just try to but just don't make sure the socks is way off what you're wearing. Okay. That makes it look very funny and not nice at all, not nice professional.
And I hear you, white socks are out of the conversation.
Yes.
No, wear white. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen, don't go and wear white.
You're in a corporate setting, so you dress accordingly.
Don't do that. Yes. Don't go and wear white socks, please. We beg you. We need class too. Don't do that. The student, leave that for the student. Roro, how do we connect with you now? For you, also let's delve a little deeper into what you do.
All right.
The job of Roro as a stylist? Let's get into that.
So personally, I'm the God stylist. I style people. Yeah. So the God stylist because the Lord says that we are kings. He says that, but you are gods. So I'm a God actually. The Lord says that in
the
the
Lord
Bible.
tells you that.
Yes,
So yeah,
yes.
God
So I'm a
stylist.
God. So that's why the God stylist. So
yeah, the God stylist.
I do styling.
Okay.
Aside, and then I run another business called Roro Bespoke. We do tailored suits.
Okay.
We do tailored suit, tailored pants,
Okay.
waistcoats.
Okay.
Our focus is just on suits.
Okay.
Basically, our focus is just on suits.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So we do that as well. Yes, and that's what we do.
Awesome. So how do we find you?
So I'm on all social media platforms at the God Stylist, the God Stylist.
Okay.
And then Roro Bespoke, Roro RORO_bespoke. You can find us there. Roro Bespoke and the God Stylist.
And the God
You can reach me there. My number is 0544 254 067. 0544 254 067.
Where's your business located?
We are located at Achimota, Kingsby.
Okay.
Currently, our showroom is under construction, so
Okay.
then we
just contact
it's off
you
limit to
and
clients, so we just walk into clients' premises and just.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Remy, for coming. This has been a great conversation, and like I always say, that I hope we're learning. Because after today, I don't want to see any of you doing all of that. Okay, all of that things that you be doing, I don't like it. You gotta stop, okay? Today's our day, so we're learning to be better professionals. So when you're showing up in the office, they'll see that you watched Fashion Wednesday, and we taught you a thing or two, especially for my young men who are starting up. He said something and was very important. As NSS students, you need two shoes, two to start with. One brown, one black. It will help you. Don't go and be walking too much too, because you too, if you're walking too much, the shoes, but if your job requires walking, look for some sneakers and dress otherwise. When you have to be in the office, you have to look clean, good. And I'm not, see, this accessory is very important. This one is very, 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 very important.
Bring it on.
This one is very important. The two. See, you can dress great and look very, very, very nice. If you come with body odor and mouth odor, please, you flood the entire look. So unless it's a health condition that you will need help for, because, listen, it is a crime to show up in a place and make everybody uncomfortable. It is very bad.
Yeah.
So for my young people out there, today is our day. So let's be very brutal with ourselves. Don't go about smelling like an evil spirit dressed in nice clothes. Don't do that. You see, a perfume, it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
Me, when I was starting off, I started loving perfumes a very, very long time ago. Those days when I was broke. You see that today there are levels to it. So you go and select the levels. Don't just go and pick because Baba says this is good. Go and look for one that is your pocket friendly. Buy a simple one. It's a body splash scrub, baby. The men too. Lemon is not that expensive. Lime is not that expensive. You can use both, lemon, lime. You can use both with ash or something. Just clean yourself up, marinate yourself. This is something one of my favorite girls and I. You marinate yourself in the lime or lemon so much that when you come out, you yourself, you can taste it on your skin. Bath well. Brush your teeth. You want to be talking to your colleagues in the office and you want them to stay around you. You don't want to start talking and then they were like, okay. And some people are very rude. Yeah. They will actually, you don't want that. So please, bath well. You are dressing well, but you have to, these two accessories, they're the best.
So I think styling actually starts from that. It starts from...
Thank you.
Even before you leave your room, how you bath.
Yeah.
And you personally,
yeah.
When you go to the barber shop, how you cut your hair, how you trim your beard.
Yeah.
All those things are part. It's not just the clothes you are wearing.
No.
Just how you are actually, your individual.
Self-grooming.
Yes. You don't keep very bushy hair. Even if you keep it, you trim it well, you make sure you're always at the barber shop, making sure they keep it in shape.
Yes.
If it's dress you keep it in shape very nice so that people can feel comfortable around you. Yes.
Because you don't want to look nice and then when you are coming, no, or looking nice, but sensitive. You don't want to do it. It's very uncomfortable. So it's very important. And again, I'm going to say this, it's a crime to do that to your colleagues. In fact, you should be fired for doing that thing to your colleagues. Show up at work as decent as you can, smelling good. Don't go about smelling like an evil spirit, dressing nice. That's bad. That's terrible. And don't dress nice, cry. That's when we will accept it. So please, let's add that to our fashion so that our fashion will be complete. Okay? Thank you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for taking this advice. I really appreciate you for taking this one. I know I'm not going to meet you again and you make me uncomfortable because that's very bad. Okay? All right, we have more coming up here on the show. Thank you so much, Ruru.
So I was warned I'll be killed if I don't give the shout outs.
Hey, give shout outs, please.
So shout out to my friend Kelvin Afari Ebua. We were from Kano School of Business, and he went back to the Ghana School of Law.
Okay.
And he's being called to the bar this year.
Woo!
So Kelvin Afari Ebua Esquire, greetings, bro.
And
shout out to yes.
I have some boys I want to sue, so hurry up and we call so that I can sue them.
Yes.
Good morning, Kelvin Afari Ebua. Congratulations, bro. Los Kunye easy.
And last one to Rolando Suchumesi, our Teachers Fund. Grateful for you, brother.
Awesome, awesome. Good morning to you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being a part of the show this morning, because I know you're probably watching. Also, I think yesterday we had a very bad news because when he mentioned MPA, it came to mind. The deputy, is the CEO of MPA, passed on yesterday. Our heart goes out. Some stories I'm hearing about his passing on is very sad. I'm hearing, he's connected to the late Alhaji Lamuni. He was part of the 8 men that died last year, and so our heart goes out to the family, and we're asking that God or Allah continues to protect them as they cross over to the other side. Now, we're praying that for all the people that were working at MPA with him, we're wishing you all, like, we're sending our condolences to you. This is very sad. To see young people in government and then we're losing them just like that is very, very sad. But our hearts goes out to everyone involved or as part of their family or close circle. We're wishing you God's peace and condolences to you. Now, we have more coming up here on the show. Stay right here with us. We'll be right back after this.